they had us all like surrounded.
Carrie Lopez talking to us from her hospital that after agents released her and sent her home, she says, following this arrest Sunday at Hawthorne and 120th, caught on video.
I had lost my balance because he was kind of like shoving me away from the door, and that's when I kind of just like leaned forward because I was kind of trying to protect the stomach.
Video from neighbors we obtained showed them calling for her release. You can hear passerbys honking their horns in protest. Lopez says agents took her into custody since she was trying to obstruct their operation. We reached out to DHS for comment and have not heard back.
I'm gonna need you guys to leave. This is private property.
You can hear.
Yeah, so you can see here, right? I seen this and it pissed me off a little bit because when you go on the internet, what it says is a pregnant U.S. citizen went to the hospital after immigration agents detained her, right? And this is what I'm talking about when how the media spin. Like this is NBC News, right? How they spin things, right? So initially, right? Look at it. She's 9 months pregnant, right? After released from being immigration custody, she experienced sharp pains and was hospitalized, right? So listen, this is what the hell I'm talking about, right? Accountability. People need to be responsible for themselves, right? And people also need to pay attention to this shit and read. Because if you scroll down here, right? Because I was reading it, I wanted to make sure, like that this wasn't actually like an assault on a pregnant woman. Obviously, it's fucked up, I mean, you see a picture like this, and then you hear, a pregnant woman was detained, and then, she was sent to the hospital afterwards. A pregnant woman, right? I mean, you hear that and you automatically assume, oh my God, like what the hell are these ICE agents doing? And this is what the fuck the media is doing. And they're allowing them, like people, like I don't understand how who's ever in charge of these media outlets, like how are you guys okay with them putting out information like this? Like it's tricking people, it's lying to the people, it's manipulating them. That's what this is. And it's a lot of newsletters like this too. They manipulate. I'm assuming they assume that majority of the people aren't going to read past the headline, right? Well, like I said, we'll go back down, right? And it explains that her husband, I believe, or her boyfriend, let's see. Okay, so I think let's see. Okay, so you see, right? Literally at the end, right? So it goes through this, right? You start with the headline, and then it goes over who she is. It goes over where she was, how she got hospitalized after she was arrested, right? And they say masked men wearing Border Patrol. They know who the hell they are. It's Border Patrol agents. Don't address them as if like they're these unknown entities that are just hopping out of vans, with these vests on, that just happen to say Border Patrol, but we don't know. Like, come on, you know who these guys are, right? Okay, so it says they pull up to a building, right, a private parking lot, and they after following a white pickup truck, right, with two undocumented workers, right, one of whom is her partner, right, her boyfriend, her husband, whatever. So of course, right, she knew what was going on, right? And she notices that the police are coming, right? She goes out and she blocks them, right? She blocks them from being able to come in. She's like, hey, this is private property. You guys need a warrant to come here, and the agents are pretty much like, hey, we know that there's two undocumented, like they're like, we know that there's undocumented immigrants in this vehicle that just entered this area, right? They're on this property. So at this moment, you are obstructing because you are getting in the way of them being able to conduct their job. And like you see, right, she's telling them, hey, you guys are going to have to leave, as they're trying to, like get in or get onto the property. And something like initially, like, right, so get this in her head, right? She's a pregnant woman. She knows that they're undocumented, and she knows what the ICE agents are there for, right? So she decides, even though she's pregnant, to jump in front of these men and try to physically stop them. You feel me? She's like, no, you guys can't come in here, like you can't come here. She's resisting. You feel me? Like she's actively trying to stop these agents from being able to conduct or to do their job, right? All right, so during the incidents, agents were assaulted, and an additional subject was taken into custody after he pushed an officer, right? Rioters began throwing wrenches and batteries at him. Anyone who was actively obstruct or assault law enforcement, including citizens, will force to face the consequences, which include arrest, right? So I mean, like, that's what I'm saying, though. You feel me? Like the internet, like the media, they do this shit. They put these videos out. You feel me? They put these newsletters out for people to read, and like probably most of them don't, right? And all you see is, oh, a pregnant woman is being detained by ICE. She's a U.S. citizen. You feel me? Like, she ends up in the hospital after she gets detained, right? And the first thing that she does is make a video, right? Because she's in the hospital, it's gonna blow up, right? I'm being attacked. I got sent here. My stomach was. You put yourself in that situation, right? Why aren't people taking accountability for themselves? You knew you knew, either you knew or you didn't know, but it seemed like you knew the dude was undocumented, bro. And you decided that it would be more important to try to stop ICE agents from doing their job than to sit by, right? Because you're 9 months pregnant, right? Than to sit by and care for yourself and your baby. And this is why I have no empathy, right? For some. Because it's like you put yourself in these situations, and especially now with the media, with the phones, everyone, they're putting themselves in these situations just so they can pick up their phone and have a reason to record themselves, right? To push this bullshit agenda. But yeah, it upsets me, because there are people out there who really, really believe that ICE agents are really just jumping out and grabbing people up off the streets, right? They believe that ICE agents are jumping out and grabbing U.S. citizens off the street, right? But there is always more to a story, bro. There is always more. And I ask you people, please, just do your due diligence and just read a little bit. Do a little bit of your own research and look into the stuff that the media is putting out there. Because this right here is a perfect example. And there's bunch of them. I read them all the time, because I'm like, there's no way this stuff is really going on like this, And they do it like this, right? It'll start with this. It'll start with a title or header like this, right? And then it'll go down, and literally, bro, it'll tell the truth about what actually happened, like later on, like halfway down the page. And like they said, like the woman, she's resisting. She's trying to stop officers from doing their jobs. People are throwing batteries, wrenches, whatever they can at these guys. You feel me? And these are people doing their jobs, man. And I will always back them as long as they're right. Right? And until I can see any other reason not to, I'm supporting them. Police, SWAT, fire department, ambulance drivers, doctors, nurses, any man in uniform, border patrol, ICE agents, any man in uniform, these soldiers, the Marines out there, the National Guard, anybody in a uniform that's out there protecting the country right now, protecting our states right now, protecting our cities right now against these fucking weird ass, crazy ass lunatics, right? I commend you. Make sure you love someone. Make sure you hug someone. Peace.